In the previous video, I discussed the average value of a function. Let's do two more problems in here. So the first one, here we have f of x equals to e raised to the sine x times cosine x, and then the interval x goes from 0 to pi over 2. So 0 is a, pi over 2 is b. So according to the formula in red, this is average value that is equals to 1 divided by b minus a, pi over 2 minus 0, and then integral from 0 to pi over 2, we have e to the sine x, and then times cosine x dx, right? So that is equals to 1 divided by pi over 2. That is, let's just get to the integration. So this one we have a sine inside an exponential function. I will use u substitution, and I will let u equals to sine x. So du is equals to cosine x dx, and then 1 divided by cosine x du, that is equals to dx. That is enough to get rid of the cosine after you do the change of variable. So the pi over 2 and the 0, they are in x. Let's put them in u. So u of pi over 2, that is equals to sine of pi over 2 equals to 1, u of 0, that is equals to sine of 0, which is equals to 0. So when you do the change of variable, you will be replace the dx with this piece right here. And then that is 1 divided by pi over 2 integral from u equals to 0, u equals to 1. You have e raised to the u, and then cosine x times 1 over cosine x du. And then as you can see, change of variable, you get rid of the cosine, so now everything is in terms of u. And then you have a 2 over pi. The integral of e to the u is still e to the u, such that u goes from 0 to 1, and then you have a 2 over pi e to the 1 minus e to the 0, which is e minus 1, right? So the answer is 2 over pi times e minus 1. You can just leave the answer like that. There is no need to approximate the answer. All right, so moving on to the next one. The next one we have cosine to the 4th times sine of x. So this is a, and then this is b. Let's do that. So we have average value of function h, 1 divided by b minus a, integral from a to b, and then cosine to the 4x times sine x dx. So since we have we remember this, cosine 4x, that is equals to cosine x raised to the 4th power. So we have a cosine inside a 4th power function. So therefore, I'm going to let u equals to cosine x. So du is equals to negative sine x. Forgot the x. dx 1 divided by negative sine x du is equals to dx. Okay, so let's rewrite the 0 and the pi as well. So u of pi, that is equals to cosine pi. Cosine pi is equals to negative 1. And then u of 0, that is equals to cosine of 0. Cosine of 0 is equals to 1. And then you will do the change of variable like this. Okay, and then we have 1 over pi integral. This is from 1 to negative 1. I should write u equals to 1 to u equals to negative 1. So let's pause right here. You might ask me, hey, can the upper limit be less than the lower limit? In this case, after you do the change of variable, this is completely fine. It is normal that you see this after you do the change of variable when you do u substitution. So this is completely normal. There is no need to question yourself. And then, so the cosine is now u. So we have u to the 4th power times sine of x times 1 over negative sine x du. So the sine x will be cancelled. Get rid of the sine x. We still have a negative. So we have a negative 1 over pi. We just take this negative out. And then the integral of u to the 4th, that is u to the 5th 1 over 5, u goes from 1 to negative 1. Okay, and then you have negative 1, 5 pi, and then you have negative 1 raised to the fifth minus 1 raised to the fifth. Then that will be a negative 1 minus 1, which is equals to negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 1 is equals to 2. Then you have 2 over 5 pi. So this is the average value of the function. So let's go over what average value of a function is. So let's say you have a curve just like that. So let's say you have a curve just like that. This is f of x, and then f is a continuous function between x equals to a and x equals to b. All right, so this is your x-axis. Okay, and then this is the area under the curve from a to b. So what I am looking for is there is a value c. So let me use another color for c. There is a value c somewhere between a and b. So let's say this is the value c. C is right here. So imagine this. This is an object. This area is an object. You are trying to put this object on your table, but I want to put one thing underneath this object to balance the object. So the C tells me you can put a triangle right here. So do you see that this angle, the tip of the triangle, is actually poking the bottom of the object, right? So imagine this. You have a table. You have a 3-dimensional triangle put on the table. And then you put a 3-dimensional object on top of the triangle. Do we agree that the tip of the triangle is touching the bottom of the object? So the position of C tells me if you place the object correctly on C, the object will be balanced. It won't fall to the left, it won't fall to the right. So that is the average, that is what the average value means. Alright, so that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is helpful, let me know in the comment below. Like the video, share the video for me, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Appreciate your help and support. See you all in the next lesson. Signing off for now.